Hey guys, this is the Interloper, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy Tactics: War of the Lions. So a lot happened last time. So we found out what Belita was doing with Princess Ovelia. Found a little bit of her backstory, how she's not really like a princess; she's actually a fake. That was pretty depressing. And now she's also being taken against her will by Delita to or she's already arrived at Gultana's place. It's hard to say whether that's like the church's plan or not, but we're assuming that it kind of is at this point, since the Cardinal was pretty adamant about it. I was like, yeah, I know. He pretty much knew. So, yeah, and the Cardinal himself, that was pretty crazy. Turns out he is one of the Lucavi, one of those demons that used to plague Ivalice long ago. So we'll be seeing more of those. Don't you worry. It's gonna be fun. Ugh. The funny thing is that Queclane, the guy that we did fight, he can be tough if you don't see him coming, but you can easily burst him down. He's only got like 500 HP, and even though I almost failed there in that battle, like he killed like 3 of my party, and he was gonna go right after my archer killed him. But yeah, if you can take him down, like you can take him down really quickly if you have enough burst potential, and that's why having stuff like the life drain ability that our Mystic had and gravity, stuff like that is very important. So even if you don't have that much burst potential, you'll always have something up your sleeve. So that worked out in our favor at least, and yeah, now we've progressed into Chapter 3, and we're off to go see Ramza's older Lord brother. Apparently, he wants to tell him about like how everyone's kind of being taken for a fool, manipulated, I should say. I'm not sure how well that's going to work, honestly, considering that Daisadar doesn't seem to be much better of a person, I'd say. But I guess when you're comparing your brother to, you know, old ancient demons, I mean, there's a lesser of two evils. So we're heading over to Lesalia, which I think is the royal capital. You can see how all these lines are kind of like interconnected right here. There's a few other places, but this is like the biggest one, the one with the most lines centered on it. So yeah, that'll be exciting. Before we go in though, I did change a few things. Most notably, Alaire is now an orator. And orators, like I said, they're like speechcraft, like professionals. They have a bunch of abilities that are instant, unlike mystics. They're just not as strong necessarily. They're more like support abilities for your teammates, or and they have some status inducers, but I think they're single target only, I want to say. Yeah, radius 1. Yeah, these are all radius 1, it looks like. But they, oh, this one's radius 2. Well, most of them only affect one target. But most of them are single target, they're instant, and they don't cost any MP, which is nice. We might pick up a few while we have this class. We're not planning on staying this class, because we want to eventually get Bard. We're just getting the necessary levels. I think we need like 5 or 6 levels in Orator before we can unlock Bard on this side of the job tree. But in the meantime, there's some useful abilities that are pretty cheap. Orator's great if you're trying to change your bravery and faith values, like I said before. It's just that it does have a chance of failing, unlike Ramza's ability, but he can only do brave, so we'll have to rely on our Orator to give us faith increases or decreases, or bravery decreases if we want to do treasure hunting later on, which we will. So might as well pick up those abilities now, or soon, once we're able to grab them. And let's see. Oh, and they can also use guns, which is pretty nice. Considering that our healer will be in the back anyways, having a gun is much more useful than having a staff that we hardly ever use. So there's that. They're also great for recruiting new members in your party. That's what Entice does. Not gonna do that though, at least not right away. I'm gonna save my points for other things. But it can be nice. It just has a low chance of working, which is why I'm not gonna bother getting it. Otherwise, it's pretty useful. It's kind of like a permanent charm, except you can. The character acts like a guest in your party, and then after the fight, you can determine whether you want to recruit them or not. I'll show that off eventually. I'm not going to leave it unlearned forever, but it's useful nonetheless. I think that's about it. Alright. The other character we changed was Ramza himself. As you can see, he's a Geomancer. Geomancers, like, you saw Gefgarian do it briefly when we attacked him and he used his reaction ability. But they use whatever tile they're standing on, like the terrain of that tile, to generate an attack. And it's an AoE attack, kind of like offensive magic. And it does a certain amount of damage, and the element's based on the terrain you're on, but you have to learn every type of terrain ability in order to be able to use these abilities. So like Sinkhole here, you only use it on soil and wasteland terrain, but if you don't have the ability, you can't use your Geomancy on that kind of terrain until you grab it. So Geomancer starts off kind of weak. You can only really attack. They do have access to battle axes, which have an insane amount of attack compared to other weapons. It's just, I think they're two-handed, so you can't use like a shield or dual wield or anything. And I think they have a greater chance to miss. I'm not entirely sure on that, but they do a lot more damage than swords of the same caliber. So it's pretty nice. More important than even these abilities, I mean, we're going to get these for sure, a lot of them, the more useful ones, because they're cheap. The main reason they get Geomancer, if you're not going for like a spell build, is to grab Attack Boost. Attack Boost just increases your physical damage. It's a really good ability. Nor Terrain, yeah, all of these aren't really that useful. Nature's Wrath is okay, but we already have counter. Though you can Nature's Wrath ranged attacks if they're within range of you. So that's a nice little bonus there, but counter's usually better. And Attack Boost is of course really good. So we'll be staying Geomancer for a little while. Alright. And let me go ahead and go over equipment as well, because we did get some new stuff. Gave Ramza a Giant's Axe. We also got headbands. Headbands are very good because they give +2 physical attack, and the HP is nice too. We put that on everybody that would benefit from it and they can wear it. So Ramza's attack is pretty good right now. Alaria has a Ramadan pistol just like Mustadio does. We also gave him all of his wizard's gear, so his magic attack is still decent. Tafina, oh yeah, Tafina is now a thief. We changed her. We changed a lot of people. Tafina's a thief now. Like I said that a few episodes ago that I was gonna switch her from archer to thief, but since the battles that were near the end of chapter 2 were kind of difficult, I wanted to keep her an archer so she'd do a good amount of damage still. But now that she's a thief, I mean, she still has access to headband, so she'll do some good damage. And so we gave her as much attack boosting equipment as possible. We also gave her the equipped crossbow ability, because normally thieves can only use daggers, which are pretty terrible. So she has the ability to equip crossbows from archer, and she has a poison crossbow equipped. It's not great. Our regular bow is a lot better, but we don't have the option to. It says only crossbows, as I'll show you here. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but it'll still do a decent amount of damage and has a chance to poison. It's better for her to be at range, than to have to get up in melee. She only has 162 health, so she can take a hit, but we'd rather her be able to fire from a safe distance. No abilities yet, though. She has a Steel Command now, but she only has Steel Yell. It's not very useful. Probably gonna pick up Steel Heart. Couple of these other things like Steel Helm, or not Steel Helm, Steel Armor, maybe Helm, maybe Weapon, and maybe Accessory, because there might be some things you want to steal from enemies late game. Vigilance, that's not very good. Yeah, these reactions aren't great. Poach. Poach is an interesting ability. So when you kill monsters, the remains are sent to a poacher's den, which I can't remember if we have access to that now or later, but if we ever so desire to, we can visit the poacher's den and buy special items that we can't in the normal shops if we've been using the poach ability. So I don't know if I'm going to bother with that, honestly. I probably won't. It's a bit of a grind. If I do, it'll be later game. This is what you want, though. Move +2. It's a great ability. We're definitely grabbing this before we change classes. Though depending on how bad or good the thief class is with the crossbow, I may end up just using the errands that we can run from each city. So those missions that we get for doing, like sending our generics off to do a quest for so many days, and then they come back with experience and gold and stuff. We might do those to power her through Thief. So we'll see. Amphilis, nothing's really changed. We didn't really, I don't think we gave her anything. That fight was really quick, so it makes sense. But we did give her the Mage's Staff finally, because I kept forgetting. And Ustadio is still a chemist. Still hasn't learned anything useful, though. I think that's it for our characters. Let's go ahead and move up to the mining town of Gulland. Alright, so this is a very interesting fight. It's not hard. Like, I noticed, you probably noticed as a trend, like the first fight of every chapter is going to be kind of easy to kind of give you a break from the battles before it. But this is great because our party is not exactly optimized at the moment. Okay. But it's a very fun fight. You get to see a new character here. I mean, we've seen him before, but he didn't say anything. You'll see what I mean. But it's a very fun fight, that's for sure. Where is he? Where'd this shuffler seal off to? Oh, you talking to me? Hear that? He's on the roof! Got some chemists and some thieves on their side. I'm trapped. It don't do to have strangers sticking their noses in our little hideaway. Then mayhap you might hang a signboard above the door so we would know this place for a den of thieves. Ha! The coal's got brass. Too bad it's steel he'll be wanting. Something is amiss here. Lots of visitors today. Small matter. Stick 'em all and be done with it. So we're protecting Orran. I don't know if you recognize him, but he's one of the members of that, oh, what was it called? That council that Goltana had. He was standing next to Sid. He wasn't in the scene where they were at the dinner table. Ooh, nice miss on the steel there. But yeah, got a decent counter with the axe. But anyways, Orran was kind of like the silent character there next to Sid in that first scene where we saw Goltana and Delita. Hopefully he uses his special ability because he's another special character. I'm hoping he uses it. But even if he doesn't, it's not a hard fight. It can be annoying at best because the thieves will try to steal from us, and the chemists have guns. All right. Doesn't look like we have anything in particular we want to do, so we're gonna go ahead and focus. Alright. Let's go behind this thief, and we'll go ahead and punch him in the back with our axe. Because that's what we do. Oh, that's what it was. Axes do have a lot of damage, but they have a chance to only do half. Or a quarter, maybe. 'Cause we should have done 60 there. But we'll see. Sometimes we get lucky. Let's go ahead and haste. And we'll protect as well. Nice. Alright, Orran, do your thing. Or not. I see he does pretty good damage with the battle folio. Only problem is he's kind of getting himself stuck in. Going for the slash. Alright. Not a big deal. What's the chemist gonna do? Oh, he's got a steal ability. Alright. Well, better for him to steal from Orran than us. Alright, so this thief... Which one's Walter? Is it this one? Yeah, that's Walter. Alright. Oh wow, that does a lot of damage. 128. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and target him, and then we'll move away from the chemist. In the meantime... It's only Walter going, so we'll just heal Mustadio and move on. I wonder if we can hit him from there. We might be able to. Nope. Alright. Suppose that's fine. No point in really healing either. Alright, we'll just pass. No point in wasting our actions here. Man, that guy hurts with his gun. Alright. Let's do what we can here. We should be able to hit this thief from here. There we go. Sometimes it can be a little iffy with the angle, but it worked. Nice. Guy's taken out. At least the thieves aren't that big of a deal. Pretty good damage. I'm surprised he's not using his ability. If he doesn't use it by the end of the battle, I'll tell you about it. Let's go ahead and get a back attack here. There we go. It also has a chance to do more damage than it says it will. It's kind of it's really not a great property of the axe, to be honest. I actually kind of forgot that it had like a range of damage values it could have. So I might end up switching, but it's nice that I was able to show it off if nothing else. Alright, where do I want you to go? Let's move up here. Get in a good shot on one of these two. Yeah, you don't have a good shot there. So we'll go for you. Pretty good amount of damage. And that'll hit both of you, that's great. Manfroy and Rainfred. I don't think it's either of these, because these are females. Yep. Let's go ahead and fire a... That'll kill both of them easy. In fact, fire might be better. Yeah, let's do fire. Oh, okay. Fire that is, because of the vertical tolerance there. Let's do it. Alright. We're gonna have our Orator help out Ramza just in case. Just go ahead and shell. Just so he has something to do. He's gonna turn us into an undead, huh? Kind of annoying. Alright, Time Mage can take a little bit of damage. Corruption. So he's got Mystic as a secondary. Alright, so technically we can get hurt by curative items as well, which can be bad considering these all are chemists. But at least we took out 2 of their thieves. Oh, he's gonna revive his own guy though. Alright. That's fine, I suppose. Could certainly be worse. Where are you at? You're healthy enough. Let's just focus. I don't know. I wonder if they changed Orran's abilities in the PSP version. It is possible. Anyways, let's bring Mustadi over here. Let's get a shot in on this chemist. Margaret and Manfroy. You're Rainfred, so you do not get a turn before we do. Let's go ahead and finish you off. Or try to, anyways. Alright. And then we'll move over here. Go ahead and finish off this thief again before he gets a turn. Our haste goes off. Oh, he's just gonna hit us with our dagger. That's unfortunate for you. Boom. Not quite. Those low rolls. Gotta hate them. Down goes the chemist. Oh, here we go. Now he's gonna use it. After everyone's almost dead. Gotta love the AI. Oh no, he's a zombie, so he dies to Phoenix Down. Oh no. It's terrible, guys. Alright, now we get to see Celestial Stasis. And it missed. So basically what that ability does is it affects all enemies on the map. And if it hits them, they're stopped for a duration. I think they're stopped, disabled, and immobilized, if I remember correctly. But it made the battle really like trivial when he used it in the PS1 version, because he would spam it pretty much. It doesn't really cost him that much. Does it cost him MP now, actually? Let me check before I end the battle. Yeah, it didn't cost him any MP, and the charge time was really low. But it's incredibly OP. I don't know why he didn't use it more. I guess it's the AI. So go ahead and finish the battle. Victory is ours. There's a lot of gil. Are you hurt? I am fine, thank you. My name is Orran, and yours? I am Ramza Beowulf. Ramza Beowulf? What of it? 'Tis not, forgive me. Might I inquire as to the direction of your travels? We make for the royal capital, and you? You are welcome to accompany us if our paths are the same. A gracious offer, but I fear my road leads away from Lesalia. I see. Fortune be with you then. And with you as well. And they do the handshake. He's like, what? God's willing, we may meet again. Try to keep yourself alive in the meantime. I will do the best I can. Yep. So it was just a neat little encounter. Would have been cooler if he'd used his ability earlier, though. Oh well. It's not really that big of a deal. Let's see if there's anything at the shop. Nope. Nothing of interest. Alright. Well, before I end the episode, let me go ahead and go through the rumors here. I can't remember if any of these are old or new, so we're gonna go ahead and just look through all of them. Go ahead and pause the video if you want to read them. I know most of these are new at least. And there we go. Alright. So next we're heading to Lesalia. But I'll go ahead and end the episode here, folks. It was a little shorter than normal, I suppose, but we have a lot coming up soon, so look forward to that. So this is the Interloper, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed the video as well. Bye.